What's going on, guys? This is AKTony coming with the Matrix, as you can see by the thumbnail and the title. And today I'm going to be talking about this. Now, this is my second attempt on making this video because the first one I wasn't recording the mic, so it was rip, and also the deep web browsing video, I have to redo that. But I'm going to start off with this. Just going to pretty much like summarize and go with the flow. So let's read on the first part, the intro. What is the Matrix? In my opinion, the Matrix films provide the best metaphor our society has for understanding why organized evil and oppression are allowed to exist. And so I will use it for this purpose. While my interpretation is the only possible one, I believe it to be valid, comprehensive, and most importantly, illustrative of the message I'm trying to convey. So let's begin by discussing what the Matrix is not. Then he starts talking about the Matrix is not the real world, it's not the internet, it's more like a complicated stuff. That's what he pretty much says that. And over here he tells like about the machines, like the large corporations, the religions, like Scientology and other stuff. In the next paragraph, he lists more organizations, and he starts bringing up Aristotle and Plato. And from there he goes to Marx, talking about like, here, I want to show you a quick excerpt from it. Where is that? Oh, right here. This is pretty much, I think this is pretty much what Karl Marx tried to intend. So he starts out, he comes with the claim that workers should earn just enough to stay healthy so that you can produce each day the same. In other words, the reason we give you money is to stay working for us. Producing, you can't earn too much money because then you'll get lazy. Just enough to see you show up each day with the amount of sleep you need for the energy level to produce as possible. I don't want to really get into this topic, but this pretty much doesn't like have an incentive for the worker. I mean, for like the top people, like the dictators, like they have major incentive, like they're not controlling people. But that's just my opinion. And I think he's kind of biased because he says, nice philosophy. I don't know what he meant by he. And he talks about this some equation he has invented about Aristotle and Betham, about how their bones were preserved and stuff like that. And then he talks about money, and again he talks about Karl Marx. And then I'll stop right here. But in the previous video that I did, it took up 10 minutes. I'm like, wow, like, yo, this had to be serious. But I think it might be because I can't go through this on one day. This might be the last part, how to exit the Matrix. So let's continue reading. Well, I'll continue reading. And I'll be there. So I'll continue on to this deep stuff. This last part, he starts roasting you. So what he says, this whole text seems like a mockery, because it is a mockery. Why? Because that's the manner they speak to us. Amusing because of our lack of knowledge. The second reason is because the person who went back into Plato's cave was being mocked at. When people who know more than you mock you with riddles you don't understand, make sure that they think you are a real dumbass. The riddles become much easier because they think you're a stupid fuck. Keep track of things, connect dots, see what the arrows point by reading books, random, on good faith. We will not know the truth, but can only speculate. These people who do know, when you meet people who treat you this way, you can become mad or you can play the game. Smart people, they mock them with harder riddles. So be a smart man. Play a stupid move for the masters to see them, manipulate them, study psychology, take the information, use the information, let them become the puppets while thinking they are still the masters, because that's what they have done and still are doing to us. So he just pretty much roasted you and what to do. Oh, it's pretty deep. So he talks about the Matrix, and the Matrix, it's really hard to explain. I mean, you have to be reading this to know what it is. I think I have a glimpse idea of what it is, so it's hard to explain. And pretty much what he talks about it, like, you know how like like the government like gives you like these freedoms, but in reality like they control you by having like other stuff like that. So it talks about resisting the matrix. Let's go on to that. I'm probably going to end this video on like around the 20-minute mark. So let's just start off with the intro. I'll read that. You could read also if you have this. If you have Tor browser and the hidden wiki set up. So resisting the matrix. Resistance is a mental state. The matrix is designed to make it easy to accept what it tells you, and to make it hard to filter the truth from the lies. Resisting the matrix requires understanding of its principles and assumptions, rejecting them, and helping others to do the same. The matrix is fascist. The matrix is deceptive. The matrix is bureaucracy. The matrix is essentially the rule of an institution over the individual. In it, rights of the individual are similar to the rights of I can't say it. Individuals have to believe, or at least not actively oppose the idea. The large corporations have the right to protect their profits above all else, thus dictate policy and law. They have to believe that this law is just, moral, simply based upon reason, or they feel unaffected by law or individual level. They have to accept the program and be satisfied with rewards given for doing so. They have to do their jobs, pay taxes, be content with their salary, at least to their point where the salary and the stability it provides are appealing enough to deter risking leaving the matrix. Rejecting these beliefs is the first step in resisting the matrix. So that was that. The next paragraph talks about how if you go into computers, you start resisting the matrix, doing other stuff. Then talks about that computers isn't the only way, that also create art, culture, music, and drugs for you or resist from the matrix. Then it keeps on going. I'll get back to you guys. Let's keep on reading. Okay guys, so I went to some deep stuff. I was talking about like the mass media censor tool for like to keep you controlled in jobs, also keep you controlled because you need money, and money is what controls you. So I pretty much stay like that, and it says how to resist it. Like one way, or the first step to do it, start cutting off TV and mostly get all your TV shows and shows from the web instead of that. I've already been doing that because I don't have cable, but I'm pretty much still going into it. I don't know. But, and then like you could be doing other stuff. Well, that was resisting the matrix. We're going to head into subverting the matrix. I'm going to read the first paragraph. While resisting matrix is an act of mental rebellion, subverting the matrix is an act of social revolution. It requires understanding the types of human communities that exist outside the control of the matrix. It also requires understanding what sustains them, and if how they directly or indirectly weaken the structure, control, and the control of the matrix. Once you understand this, it is possible to intelligently align yourself with communities that actively weaken of the matrix. As again, this is a lot of deep stuff, very deep. I mean, I think the best part, what I thought, from what I read so far, was like this part where like it talks about being different identities. Like, have you guys seen The Saint? Pretty much like this guy like played a lot of guys. Like at first he was a painter, and later he was like a cop, and by doing this he like subdued the system in cutting out the energy formula. It's a very good movie, but it was alright. And what applies to this is to keep like different identities for some reason. I don't know what he's trying to do with that. Maybe like so when the system comes down on you, they won't be like, oh, it's this guy, and then like maybe say, oh, I'm a different guy. I mean, like, I don't know where he went, stuff like that. So we move on to gift culture. After subverting the matrix, it's like being coming to a community that resists the matrix. So if you don't understand this or think this is crazy, should at least watch The Matrix and probably like read some Karl Marx and stuff like that about like not going to system, or read Generation K. I forgot her name, like Glory something. Glory. And this might be all nonsense, but what he said, what can be interpreted was he believes it to be valid, comprehensive, and important what he's trying to say. Now the Matrix, I don't know why he calls it The Matrix, or maybe because if you saw the movie you probably know. But furthermore, we're gonna be talking about this. If you didn't understand what I'm freaking saying, I ain't too. I'm trying to understand this. I mean, like, I think I'm pretty good at interpreting things now. I mean, like, I'm like, what, in like freshman year of college, so I pretty much know more stuff. And then getting into like the deep web and stuff, I think you guys should too, but just don't go like too far to extent. I mean, like, it's kind of hard because like links are hard to find. I don't know how like other people find them, but it's hard for me. So it talks about gift culture, about subverting the matrix. Gift culture, also known as free culture or the gift economy, is a social structure where status is determined by how much you are able to give away. It is not mutually inclusive to any other economic system, and examples of gift economies exist on top of capitalist economies and socialist economies. Gift culture has brought forth some of the most outstanding recent achievements of the human race, including scientific research community, much of the World Wide Web, the entire open source movement, vulnerability in the security research, and Wikipedia, just name a few examples. Gift economies tend to function best in the digital world, where something can be given without reducing the inventory of the giver. Pretty much like knowledge, stuff like that. Like probably like this too. Like just give me like a little bit of knowledge. I don't know. However, the Burning Man. Oh, it sounds like Birmingham. So it's like Burning Man project is a mass experiment in bringing gift culture back into the physical world, and quite successful at that. Well, over 35,000 people populate Black Rock City in the middle of the desert every year to give as much as they can to each other. The event serves in part as a model for the time when energy becomes abundant and human beings are capable of interstellar space travel. Obviously, the burning of the man is the climax of the event. So pretty much like Rocket Man. Rocket Man! I don't know how the song goes, but okay. Read more. Let's see what we can get. So pretty much subverting the matrix is kind of like giving stuff, like you make a program and let everyone use it, and or really like the people like Microsoft, like they make you pay for their system, and like the heroes pretty much are seen in this like Tor browser, or like the people that own it, I forgot what it's called, like Tails, yeah, it's called Tails, or Linux, where it's free and you can use it. And he talks about, unfortunately, some companies such as Amazon benefit a lot of open source software by giving nothing in return, and other people that like modify the open source software don't give nothing. It's pretty much like seen as them as bad guys. So enough of that, let's go on information anarchy. A closed relative social structure to gift culture is information anarchy. The idea behind information anarchy is that all information be widely and freely disseminated as possible. The cultural ethos is, I don't know how you say that, vehemently at the odds of intellectual property and refuses to recognize any such law or suffer any code that abridges free exchange of information. So I want to check what he's trying to say. Okay, so the guy starts talking about like copyright infringement and stuff like that. He's talking about you shouldn't be controlled by a system like YouTube. Oh my god, it's like, I don't know, YouTube has its limits. Like it's kind of like gay. and with YouTube Heroes and all, like, I'm glad that got taken down. But they still have fair use. That one's kind of good because you're using other people's work and modifying it and like kind of like making like something good. Like pretty much like I think in one video I use copyright music and they're like, yo, we gotta monetize this video and get all the pay to the owner. And like really like I think they started saying that creating content is like a surplus, like to have it as your own, like not spreading out like open source software. And I think that was pretty much what information anarchy was, like pretty much like e-file, like let everyone have everything. And then we're gonna move on to the last internet economy. I think that'll be for next one. I don't know, there's probably gonna be like a 10-part series. Dude, this like reading is getting my vocals kind of messed up. Sorry if I'm like not pronouncing some of the words. Like for you it'll be easy, but for me it's like something else. But with that note, I'm gonna end this video. Make sure to leave a like, comment down below some stuff. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.